ladies and gentlemen, to Game 1. 2K Sports presents the playoffs of the NBA. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here are the five for the Wildcats. Wizard out there with the Wizard. Then it's Williams. Then it's the Wizard, and it's Low in at the point. Wizard out there with the Wizard. Then there's Hill. Then it's the Wizard, and it's the Wizard in at the 3. Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. Hill left side. And he can't bank that one in. Swiped away. Here's the Wizard. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Pass to the Wizard.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Low. Here's the Wizard. 5 to shoot. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Here's the Wizard. He's guarded by Williams. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Pass to Hill. To the wing on the left. Here's the Wizard. A Wizard with the rebound.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it. Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Hill left side. From the wing, connects, the jumper drops. And so here are the Wildcats, trailing by 2. Outside Williams. Low, the pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. He's guarded by Hill. Wildcats passing it around. Pass to Low. Here's the Wizard. Now here's Williams. He's guarded by Hill. Here's Low. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. And no good as it rattles out. The Wildcats have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's the Wizard. Williams looking around. Here's the Wizard. A Wizard with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's the Wizard. He has yet to score. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Wildcats.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wizard. The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wildcats. The Wizard comes in for Williams. 1:56 left in the first quarter. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Lets it go from deep. A Wizard with the rebound. Here's the Wizard. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. 6 to shoot. The Wizard passes to Lane. And a miss there on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's the Wizard. Still yet to score. Out left to the wing. Here's Lowe. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Pass to the Wizard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Johnson surveying the floor. Here's the Wizard. That's the end of the first quarter and not much scoring. It remains close. It's the Wildcats. They're up by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And looking at what we've seen from the Wildcats so far, what do you guys think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
They've got Hill. Wizard out there with McDermott. And it's the Wizard. And it's Holloway at the 2. And for the Wildcats, Wizard out there with Chandler. Then it's Johnson, and it's the Wizard, and it's the Wizard in at the 2-guard spot. Hill is out there with McDermott, and it's the Wizard, and it's the Wizard, and it's Lane in the point. Here's the Wizard. Pass to Johnson. A Wizard with the rebound. And for the Wildcats, Johnson is out there with the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. Then it's Chandler. And it's the Wizard in at center. Now here is Hill. Over Chandler. Hill, no good.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You got to play smart.
Here's the Wizard. They get a hand on it. Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's off from three-point range.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Holloway. No scoring in this one. Hill. A Wizard with the rebound. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Johnson. To the paint. Wildcats passing it around. Hill with some nice D. Gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Lane. Misses and the dry spell continues. Wildcats leading by 3. Chandler kicks to Johnson. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Johnson outside. Cranes the three-pointer. Johnson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Wildcats.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So both teams making some changes here. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
Outside Williams. Here's the Wizard. Here's Lowe. And the Wildcats, another 3.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. They set the pick. Here's the Wizard. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lane. Takes it off the glass.
Well, he can get you the ball in a number of ways. That time with a great bounce pass.
Out to the wing. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Outside Williams. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That is his first foul of the game. .137 left in the first half. The Wizard passes to Lowe. To the inside. Deflects the pass.
Well, you can live with that turnover because they've been very careful with the ball up till this point.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's the Wizard. Hasn't made one yet. Here's the Wizard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wildcats.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And it's Hill with the jam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Here's the Wizard. Pass to Lowe. Shot clock at 5. The Wizard with the rebound. Gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Hill with it. Inside. Here's Lane. The layup missed. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Wildcats lead by 3. And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
I'm here with Chris Finch. And, Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but it's been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Greetings, one and all. The postseason drama we love, and no disappointment here as it's a close game so far.
Their work on the glass has been superb tonight, chasing down every miss there, Ernie. That's their mindset.
Yeah, you can tell it was a focal point of their game plan coming in, and they've made good on that. I'm curious. You guys both played in a lot of playoff games. What's a game 1 like?
To me, it's the most important game of the series. A chance to come out strong, set the tone, Ernie, like getting everyone on notice. And game 1s are really the best chance for the underdog to sneak in and steal a win.
Yeah, you say that, Kitty, because you're the underdog around here. You better not be stealing nothing away from me. Stay away from my snacks. I'm the alpha.
Well, glad the whole pack was able to weigh in on that one. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round 1. Wildcats leading by 3. Hill is out there with the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. And it's the Wizard in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's the Wizard. Still scoreless. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Wildcats lead by 5. Pass to the Wizard. It's back to Hill. It's good. Hill's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Lowe. He's got 8. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. And it's the Wildcats with another. Here's Hill. He's got 6. Pass to the Wizard. With the drive. Good work there as it goes.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Outside Williams. Wildcats passing it around. A 3-pointer is right on target.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. And Hill has it in the corner. Six on the shot clock. Here's the Wizard, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. The Wizards got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. He's guarded by Hill. Here's the Wizard. There's a screen. Here's Lowe. Shoots the three. And no good.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
The Wizard passes to Hill. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to the Wizard. Rebound, Wildcats.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Here's Lowe. He's got 10. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Lowe. Pulls it up. And it's the Wildcats with another.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. It's blocked. Here's Lowe. Outside Williams. There's the three. Here's the Wizard. And he makes that one. The Wizards got the lead up to 8 now for the Wildcats.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with them. Outside Hill. Lane passes to the Wizard. Hill looking around. Shot clock at 6. To the left side wing. Here's Lane. It's not going to go for him. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the third. The Wizard can't hit.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Here's the Wizard. 6 points for him. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. They need this one. The shot, no good. Johnson outside for three. And so it's the Wildcats holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And we're with you again as our round one coverage continues. So with Williams on the bench, here's who Teron Lue's going with. We've got the Wizard. Wizard out there with the Wizard. Then it's Johnson, and it's Lowe in at the point guard position. Here's the Wizard, and it's blocked. And here is Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Wildcats.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Holloway, the pass to the Wizard. A Wizard with the rebound.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's Johnson. Tries it from 19, and it's the Wildcats with another.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Holloway. Here's the Wizard to the right side. A Wizard with the rebound. The Wizards got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And the Wildcats will go for a different look here. The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wizard. The Wizard comes in for the Wizard. Williams, he's checked in for the Wizard. And it's the Wizard in for Johnson. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He told them, quote, "If we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart. Show some pride." It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks. Now, here is Hill. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The Wizard, good.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Wildcats leading by 12. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Here's Lowe. It's good.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Come to me, come to me.
Outside Hill. Here's the screen. Knocked away. Here's Lowe. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Lowe. Driving inside. Oh, great touch off the pass.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Outside Hill. .149 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, the three goes down.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
1:22 left in the game. Does not go. It has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. They set the pick. Here's the Wizard.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for the Wildcats.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
There's the pick. Outside Hill. Here's the Wizard. Big time move inside. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And they do it. They'll move on to round 2. And you got to feel good about getting each and every game here in the postseason.
You know, Kevin, each game is just so significant and magnified. This has got to feel really good.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Now it's time to present our player of the game.